I want to tell you how I transformed my life, changing my relationship with challenges through the dopamine fasting. And you might go and say, what? Yeah, people sometimes believe that they need more in order to be happy, that they need more in order to get that reward, to feel okay, to feel that they're having everything in life. And when people don't get whatever they're looking for, when they don't get all that reward all the time, it means that dopamine, it's really over themselves. It's really a lot of dopamine going on in your body, and you need to maybe do a dopamine fasting or a dopamine detox. And I want to tell you everything about this because enhancing emotional and physical well-being through small challenges can have a massive impact in your life. Understanding what dopamine is, the effect that it has in our body. So I want to tell you really what it is, what's the science behind this, what's the science to make it good. We need to understand why are we in constant search for rewards. And we need to remember that we live in a world, in a society that it's full, absolutely full of instant gratification. It can overload all the dopamine systems. What does dopamine do in the body? Dopamine, it's a very necessary and important neurotransmitter that plays a role in functions like reward, like motivation, like memory, attention, regulation of some body movements. What it does is it is released to be an excitatory neurotransmitter. What does that mean? It triggers, it has the function, but it stimulates the next neuron, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And it creates a high stimuli in all the brain. What does that bring? That brings the thing in is that people are going to feel absolutely satisfied. How does dopamine stimulus feel? What you're going to feel is it's like a very, very high intense feeling of instant happiness. It's something that you want to feel for yourself. It feels very corporal, very visceral, something that you just want on your own. And that's the kind of thing that drugs, alcohol, tons of sugar, and all of these hyper palatable foods, how is it released? When the brain reward center makes the body identify things that it feels like beneficial, it's going to be released. Early humans, dopamine helped them to feel rewarded when they found a source of a new food. And also it helped them memorize the location and how they felt about that food. But again, small tasks are also the ones that we start making, like social media, in order to start stimulating all the time and make this very, very addictive. So addictive substances, again, same thing. Everything that I just mentioned, they cause a very massive release of dopamine in your brain. Dopamine overload creates an intense sensation of pleasure, reward, reinforcing that desire to consume the substance or to repeat that behavior again and again. On time, what it does is that the brain adapts to that constant presence of that same stimulus, decreasing the sensitivity to dopamine, which leads to a compulsive search for that same thing or for that same sensation. Although you're going to start building up tolerance, and then you're going to need more. And then you build tolerance, and then you're going to need even more. And that's what keeps on happening with people, and that's when they become addictive. And addiction is not when you want to do something. It's when you cannot control not doing something. What are the symptoms of it when a person has a high dopamine? People might start feeling anxiety, high energy, insomnia, very, very increased stress, aggression, irritability, hallucinations, different things. People don't even realize what is going on. So what we need to do in this case is just stop all these stimulus. Do fasting, do a dopamine detox. What are the principles on how to do this? What we need to do is to drastically reduce all the activities that we start identifying in which my brain is looking for that. The positive generation of habits, dopamine, it is involved. When we start training, when we start, sleeping every day at the same time, when we start building good habits, dopamine is there. So the time frame in which you are going to do this detox, it's going to be somewhere around 90 days. What are the effects of doing a dopamine detox? Some people might experience withdrawal symptoms as in any other thing, as anxiety, being panic and feeling panic, being angry, all those things. Your brain is going to be craving for that thing you're stopping. So you might feel depression, anxiety, lack of motivation, headaches, irritability, restlessness. Of course, you have your brain full and it's absolutely drunk on dopamine, and you need to let all that go away. There are some other things that you can do. There is another neurotransmitter, which is a inhibitory neurotransmitter, which is very interesting, and it's serotonin. Serotonin, what it means that it's inhibitory is that it stimulates the neuron, but it doesn't bring a posterior stimuli to any other neuron. It just sits there and stops. When it doesn't, the inhibition, that's why everything around serotonin feels in calm, in peace. It's that inner pleasure. Is that inner true happiness. Things such as meditation, such as being with animals, being in nature, being with people that you love. Those things are the ones that are going to bring more stimulus to serotonin, and they're going to be crucial so you can start detoxifying from dopamine. When you start doing this, please remember to get everything that you say, okay, I'm going to see, I'm addicted to this thing. I'm addicted to my cell phone. I'm addicted. So you better get these things out of your house. If you are craving all the time for ice cream and you have ice cream in your house and you say, no, it's when I have a visit, you're going to end up eating ice cream. If you feel that you have something with, alcohol, cigarettes, whatever, I'm just going to put them away. No. They have to be in the trash and they have to go out from your house. Can a change of dopamine change your perception of happiness? Yes, it can. I've seen a lot of people being addicted to a lot of things, being addicted to emotions even, being addicted to suffering, to criticizing, to sugar, to food. When people say, oh no, foods are not addictive, of course they are. If you don't think that foods are addictive, but they are designed to be addictive, you haven't seen patients. I have seen thousands of patients, 7,000, 8,000 patients, I don't even remember, in 10 years. And I've seen people suffering from a lot of things in a daily life, things that you won't even imagine. It's not just on drugs and alcohol. Daily things. And you may choose also other alternatives. Again, look for exercising, drawing, writing, meditating, reading, things that are in which you are going to be in a deep connection with yourself, with your own. Share time with your loved ones. Create a very supportive environment. And I want to emphasize in this, which is your friends, your family could be very supportive, or they could be the worst nightmare. They could be the ones that are trying to bring you to this life, to the life of keep on being on those things that you want to get rid of. If that's the thing with your family and with your friends, I want you to reevaluate and see, and also remember that there is toxic people. And there is toxic people that we need to get out of our lives. That's something that I'll leave it to you. To me, it has been very revealing, very refreshing, and I feel a lot of gratitude for those times that I have taken people that are toxic people in my life, and I've said, thank you for sharing, but ciao, you're out. We need to remember that there are absences that we can be grateful for. And when people are not being supportive to you by bringing good choices into your life, reevaluate who are the people in your life. Look for the family that supports you. Look for your friends that supports you. Set a goal. Make it easy. Make it simple. Get all those things. Take them out of your life. And also remember how to be kind to yourself. How to love yourself. How to embrace your own process. This is something that it's with you. If it's difficult, if it's hard, it's with you. To me, Carlos, not Dr. Carlos. That's just the guy in the office, the guy in the hospital. I'm a regular human being. There was a time where I was addicted to work. There was a time when I smoked. There was a time when I was addicted to suffering and to being a victim. Because that's the way I was taught when I was little, to suffer. And I had to make a detox from suffering and from being a victim. I know what it's like to stop smoking because I did it for some years. And here I am. So it's not something that I haven't experienced ever. It's something that I have experienced. I want to tell you why, which are these strategies that you can use, how I recovered my life, how I recovered my health, how I built new habits, changing old bad habits, and the transformative impact that it has brought to my life, that it has also done in my patients, and that's why I want to bring it now to you. So if you want to keep on receiving this kind of tools, this kind of information, please remember that the best way you can do it is by subscribing to the channel and to hit the like button. Remember that the only thing that we want from this is for you to be the owner of your health, to recover that control of your health and always be in control. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.